Okay, today we discuss the Leontief closed model. Actually, Leontief is the one kind of the production function where we consider the both factors of productions are the complementary to each others. That is, to produce the one commodity, we are using the factor of production in a certain proportion or the certain ratio. And in the Leontief closed model, we are considering there are two sectors. Consider the one sector is the agricultural sectors and it is denoted by the X1, and another sector is the iron or the steel sectors and it is denoted by the X2. Therefore, X1 greater than equals to X11 plus X21 plus C1, where X11 is the amounts of the agricultural output which is produced by the agriculture industry and as well as the used by the agricultural industry, and X21 is the amount of the output used by agriculture industry but it is produced by the iron or the steel industry. And similarly, the X2 also greater than equals to X12 plus X22. X12 is the amount of the output produced by the agriculture industry and it is used by the iron or the steel industry, and X22 is the amount of the output produced and as well as used by the iron or the steel industry. Therefore, we can generally say that the Xij is the amount of the output produced by the ith industry and used by the jth industry. Here I indicates the produced and J indicates the used. So, as the production function is a Leontief production functions, and besides the two industry, we are also considered there is a available supply of labor in the economy, and total labor supply is the L, and L is greater than equals to L01 plus L02 or L01 plus L02. The left hand side indicates the total availability or total supply, and right hand side indicates the total demand. And as the production function is a Leontief type of production function, therefore we can say the X1 is a function of just like X11 A1 1 comma X21 divided by A21 and L01 by A01. Similarly, the X2 equals to function of the X12 divided by A12 comma X22 divided by A22 and L02 divided by A02, where A1 is the units of the X11 requires to produce the 1 units of X1, and A21 is nothing but the units of the X21 requires to produce the 1 unit of the X1. Similarly, the A12 units of the X12 requires to produce the 1 unit of the X2. Similarly, the A22 is the units of the X22 requires to produce the 1 unit of the X2. So naturally we can write the A11 equals to nothing but the X11 divided by X1, and similarly the A21 is nothing but the X21 divided by X1, and A01 we are using, that is the units of the labor requires to produce the 1 unit of the X1. Therefore, the A01 is nothing but the L01 divided by X1, and similarly the A12 is nothing but the X12 divided by X2, and A22 is nothing but the X22 divided by X2, and A02 is nothing but the L02 divided by X2. Now, if we put this value of the X11, X21, X12 and X22, we'll get a equations. The equations looks like that. That is nothing but the I minus A, that this is a matrix, after that X is a vector, that is equals to C. Here actually C is considered as the final consumption part. Actually the C1 is that part is left by the agriculture sectors after using the agriculture sectors as well as the industrial sectors, and C2 is the amount of the output left by the iron industry or steel industry after using in the agricultural sectors and as well as the industrial sectors. And we are also telling that the C1, C2, that vector is the final consumption vectors. After that, getting these equations, the I minus A x vectors equals to C, we can find out the value of the x, that is x equals to I minus A whole inverse C, where I is the identity matrix, and if we consider the 2 by 2 model, the I will be the 1 0 and 0 1. Similarly, the A is the input coefficient matrix, and that is nothing but the A11, A12, A21, A22, and C is the vectors, and this vector is nothing but the C1 and C2. And to get the positive value of the x1 and x2, there are two conditions that are required. The two conditions are, the first condition is the determinate value of the I minus A, that should be positive. And second condition is that the consumption vector should be the semi-positive. That is, at least out of C1 and C2, the one must be value exists in the society. That is, the C vectors will be either C1 0 or 0 C2, or both C1 and C2 both are the positive. And actually these two conditions is known as the Hawkins-Simon conditions. The first conditions, what I told, delta is positive, that is the necessary conditions, and the second condition, the consumption vector should be the semi-positive, and that is the sufficient conditions. So this is the enough for the today, because it is a small video. After that, later I will discuss the Doso, simulations, and as well as the Leontief static open model later. So thank you to all.